Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the SWUS MLB Friday, and it's a loaded day, man. We got 15 games. Friday's always a great night during the baseball season. Going through the Snakes Padres in this video, but we'll go through every single game on the live show. That's at 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. If you're able to make it, we'd love to see you in the comments. Arizona, San Diego, let's go.
Welcome to the SWUS. The SWUS. Hey, get the SWUS.
All right, like I said, D-backs on the road to play the Padres here. Padres are short home favorites, minus 118. Total sitting at 7.5. We got Brandon Pfaadt pitching for Arizona. Michael King on the mound for the Padres. Take a quick look at the spreadsheet, and according to the model, we got a slight lean on the Padres through the first 5, 2.4 to 2.23. Final score, slight lean on the Padres, 4.45 to 3.89. So let's take a look at this matchup, and we'll start with Michael King. Been a little bit streaky so far this year, but overall he's got solid numbers. 3.62 ERA, a 1.19 WHIP, and a 3.62 expected FIP as a starting pitcher this season. Those are solid. He's now matched up against an Arizona lineup that he absolutely dominated earlier this season. I think that was about a month ago now. 6 innings pitched, 6 hits, no runs. 6 innings of shutout baseball against Arizona earlier in the year. This is a little bit of a different spot, though. Because at the time, the D-backs offense was completely dead. It's coming to life a little bit. I'm not going to say the D-backs bats are hot, but if you look at the numbers over the last 30 days, 11th in WRC+, 11th in OPS, 12th in WOBA. Over the last 7 days, 6th, 7th, and 6th. Maybe Arizona's lineup is starting to come around. The last 9 righty starters to pitch against Arizona, they combined for a 4.57 ERA and a 1.57 WHIP. So the D-backs have been getting to righty starters. Diamondbacks have also been hitting on the road as of late. In the last 30 days, 7th in WRC+, 6th in OPS, 7th in WOBA away from home. So those are some solid-looking numbers there from Arizona. And the fact that this game's on the road is significant because Michael King's actually been worse at home this year. You can see on the road, he's got a 2.72 ERA, a 1.07 WHIP. Look at his numbers at home in San Diego. 5.06 ERA and a 1.39 WHIP. You got Michael King coming off back-to-back excellent starts against an Arizona team that he completely blanked earlier in the season. At home where he's worse. I think we can count on the Snakes to score some runs on him here. On the other side, we got Brandon Pfaadt against the Padres offense, and Pfaadt was actually the other pitcher in that Michael King game where he dealt against Arizona. It was actually against Pfaadt. It's the same pitching matchup. Final score of that game was 13-1. Obviously, Pfaadt did not pitch well in that game. He allowed 10 hits and 5 runs. I will say just 3 of those runs were earned, though. A couple unearned runs in there. And also, 2 of the runs he allowed were in the 7th inning, where he probably shouldn't even have been in the game anymore. So that outing on paper looks a lot worse than it actually was. He wasn't terrible there. And you know what? Brandon Pfaadt's actually gaining some momentum recently. On his last 4 starts, a 3.81 ERA and an 0.88 WHIP, 3.44 expected FIP. Brandon Pfaadt's been pitching pretty well. Now he throws a 4-seam fastball and the slider. If we pull up his pitch mix stuff here, Padres on the season, 12th and 4th in RAA against those 2 pitches. But look at the last 30 days, 23rd and 21st. So Padres not seeing those 2 pitches nearly as well as they were earlier in the season. And in fact, look at Pfaadt's top 4 pitches here. Padres lineup, 23rd, 21st, 24th, and 19th. And this is a Padres lineup that just seems to be cooling off across the board here. The last 5 righty starters to pitch against the Padres combined for a 2.96 ERA and a 1.21 WHIP. And remember, the Padres have been a better lineup on the road all season. The last 30 days at home, Padres bats are 17th in WRC+, just 29th in OPS, 27th in WOBA. The last 7 righty starters to go on the road and pitch in San Diego, 39 innings pitched, a 2.08 ERA and a 1.08 WHIP. So righty starters have been coming into San Diego and dealing against this lineup. Now, you might be a little concerned to see that Brandon Pfaadt has actually struggled against top 10 lineups because the Padres are 2nd in WRC+ against right-handed pitching on the season. So technically, the Padres are a top 10 lineup, but we know the Padres are not a top 10 lineup as of late. In fact, they might even be closer to a bottom 10 lineup. And look at Pfaadt's numbers against bottom 10 lineups versus righties. An even 2 ERA and 0.78 WHIP. Brandon Pfaadt has handled his business against these bad lineups, which the Padres kind of are right now. Definitely a little concerning that the Padres start 5 lefties in their lineup because Brandon Pfaadt has struggled a little bit against lefties. 2.36 WOBA and an 0.84 WHIP against righties. Excellent numbers against righty bats. 3.34 and a 1.34 WHIP against lefties. But he's got a 3.90 expected FIP, so it's really not that bad. After the Padres got to him the last time he saw him, I think Pfaadt's going to deal here. This Padres lineup is ice cold. They haven't been hitting at home. So I really like the edge for the Diamondbacks in the first 5.
So the reason I'm probably going to stick to Arizona in the first 5 is there could be a usage issue here. I'm recording this before the Diamondbacks-Padres game tonight. It starts, oh shit, that's just starting now. So that's starting right now. And if you look at the Arizona Diamondbacks bullpen usage, there's a chance if they use Sewald or Martinez or Ginkel that these guys won't be available. Not to mention the Padres bullpen has been better than Arizona's, period. So the Padres should have the significant advantage in the second half. So I'm probably gonna stick to the Snakes in the first 5. By the way, update on how today's going. I'm 1-2, but my hit is plus money, and my 4th bet is Yankees -1.5 at plus 145. So if the Yankees game resumes from this rain delay and that hits, then I had a winning night. They're up 8-5, but judging by how my luck has gone the last 2 days, I will have a winning day taken away because of this rain delay. Watch it happen. So that's how today's going so far. So yeah, Arizona first 5 money line, live show, 4 p.m. Eastern time. See you there.